Is there a film that you recall that really spoke to you or hit you like a ton of bricks?
So I even wore the shirt. So I could have picked anything. I'm a big, 70s
I don't know what it is.
classic Westerns, we were talking about. But this movie, Maniac Cop.
Oh, that's a great one.
Bill Lustig. This is Paul Bearer Press, by the way. I appreciate their shirts as well. We see them a lot at some of the conventions we go to.
That's great. Great art right there.
Yeah, it is
I love
great
that.
art. Great work.
Great work.
First of all, it was Bruce Campbell is in the movie, right? It was one of my first experience of watching Bruce Campbell was in Maniac Cop, I believe 1986. So I just graduated from high school. Bill Lustig, who's a great director, Maniac, folks, the first Maniac, I like to call it the real Maniac that he did with Tom Savini doing the special effects. Tom Atkins is in it. And then it was so crazy that you had this guy, this larger-than-life character playing the cop, whose name was Robert Z'Dar. He's not with us anymore, but...
Rest in peace. We love Robert.
Yeah, we love Robert. I lived with Robert Z'Dar.
That's amazing to me. You did say that. How long did you live with him?
Probably 2 years. And I used to work at a big nightclub called Vertigo in downtown LA. And Robert used to come in and he said to me one time, "Hey, listen, I live in Studio City. I'm looking for a roommate." My roommate left. And I said, "Man, I'm looking for a place to live." So
what a great cover. I would love to have seen that.
If you've never seen Maniac Cop, and I do believe... I want to say Trick or Treat Studios is making masks right now of Robert in this crazy thing. Robert was so good as the Maniac Cop. He used to practice with the Billy Club, whipping this thing around in the house because he did part 2, and I believe he did part 3. I think he was so good at this character. And in the first 12 minutes of the movie, you have already 3 kills. Now, to me, if I'm watching a horror movie or a slasher film, yeah, if it's a great story, I can get into it, but I need a little action. I need some action in the first couple of minutes. And with 12 minutes, 11 minutes, and 30 seconds, you had 3 different kills. Bruce Campbell, Robert Z'Dar, Tom Atkins, Sam Raimi's in it.
Oh, yeah.
And Bill Lustig directing, and I believe Larry Cohen might have been the producer.
I believe so.
I believe so. So
action-packed. It is.
That right there meant a lot to me as 1986. I forget how old I was, 18 years old. And I just thought it was the coolest movie at the time. And then later on to live with Robert. I think he was filming part 2 at the time or part 3. And then to meet Bill Lustig and do interviews with Bill before. Love you, Bill. And love Maniac Cop. That is my choice.
So you knew the movie before you...
Yes.
That's
yes.
real. That's super cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of surreal that you're living with the guy. You're living with the Maniac Cop.
That's really some great manifesting.
And I think if there was a cool movie to do, remake, I think Maniac Cop could be cool. Could just imagine all these actors that would want to be the Maniac Cop.
Yeah.
I think that for a long time ago, they said that they were going. I'm going to fact check that. Keep talking.
Yeah.
I think they would be lined up. I think actors would be lined up to be the Maniac Cop.
I think you'd be the first in line. I have a feeling.
Oh, my gosh. I just want to get killed in the movie.
I
Bill
know.
Lustig, put me in the movie.
Let's do it. I worked with Robert Z'Dar on a movie called, and maybe we should fact check this, Zombie-geddon.
Zombie-geddon? What about
Zombie-geddon?
I think I did a couple of movies with Robert.
2003.
Myself and Robert Z'Dar and Ed Neal and Debbie Rochon.
Yep. Yeah, you're in it. You played
Stevens.
Melissa.
I was a cheerleader. I was like 30 and I was a cheerleader. I was like, are we sure about that? They're like, put on the skirt.
So for me, that was a big movie in my deal. What about you?
And I think that it really comes down to, what do you value in life? What is your purpose here? What is it? And to me, I can say, it doesn't matter about the industry. It doesn't matter about the stuff you have. But our relationship, our relationship means the world to me. Because I sit alone sometimes and think of that, of how deeply I care about the people that are collectively in my life. So movies, they come and go. Conventions is amazing because I meet more people and more friendships. But you have to cherish those that are here.
Do you,
what is it like?
and you do. Do you feel like your work gets the benefit of that? And I kind of preface that by saying, it's so interesting because what you just said is so maternal and so kind, and yet a lot of people bring you into the world not to do that in the genre, for instance. Same with you, Brett. You're one of the sweetest men. You're so sweet, and yet you're brought into the fold to really do some difficult work and to really be rather terse. And so do you
Yeah.
I guess, well, we all separate from who we are.
Yeah.
So I'll never stop being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only control what I'm doing, and I will continue to love on everybody.
Who knew we were going this deep?
I think you did.
I'm going a little, it's a little, I don't want to say dark, but so David Lynch has made movies that I like to watch films and then go to a coffee shop and decompress and break them down and think about them.
Have a slice of fine pie.
Have some really good coffee. I have to sit down. It might be with a glass of wine, Jay, and really get my brain around it. So Lynch films are that for me. So The Elephant Man. That's a deep.
It is a deep
film.
Yeah.
It leans dark, but so profound. And I remember watching it. I was young. What is the year of?
80,
I want to say it might even be late 70s.
1980.
I was 11, and I remember. Well, first of all, you have Anthony Hopkins. So I remember wait, look at Frank. Oh, Frank was getting down and dirty.
Oh, she gets down on that elephant.
I
thing.
know.
You guys will see it eventually. You'll see it eventually.
She did. She was. It was a nice little moment of levity with my elephant.
Yeah, with playing with an elephant. God.
See, she heard elephant. She was
She
like,
knows. She's like, elephant?
I've got mine. It's a movie, that's some might call it's a hard watch because it's the human condition and how someone is really the ultimate bullying.
Yeah.
Really hard.
Frank, you're distracting. We're trying to talk serious things. You're out here humping the elephant, man.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember seeing it, and it was like I was definitely punched to the gut because I felt so sad.
Yeah.
For, John Merrick. It was just like not okay. And being so young, I remember like laying in my bed and looking at the ceiling, like, what is all this about? And what are people to one another? And why would someone horrifically, torture someone else like that? But I also recognized the brilliant filmmaking of Lynch, and then I became obsessed with Blue Velvet. When I saw Mulholland Drive, I thought, this is perfect filmmaking. So it's more about Lynch having the effect on me. May he rest in peace. One of not only the most talented, beautiful filmmakers. Storytellers. A story. We talked about this morning. Storytelling in its most brilliant form. Talking about people, breaking people down, and really understanding why we are motivated to do the things that we do, how one choice leads to another choice, how we treat people, how we consciously are aware of why we make these particular choices in our life. And I love movies that really completely ravage me. So those are that, and even Terrifier in that way, when I first saw it, had me in that kind of clasp where I was crippled with, holy shit, wow, this is fascinating. I love great filmmaking. I love great storytelling, and Lynch movies provide that.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you, we were talking about it, as David Howard Thornton right now is going through where he, anybody that sees him,
very popular.
And he's very popular.
Yes.
I want to talk about you in the middle of the craze of The Walking Dead and what it was like to be in that.
Yeah.
And that craziness.
Yeah.
And what was it like? And
It was manic, and it was a time. It was season 3 when I showed up, and The Walking Dead was just starting to hit its stride.
Yeah.
It had gone from there's this show to this is the show. It was breaking
The
all
only
manner.
show.
It was breaking all manner of Nielsen report records for eyeballs, for watches each week, and each week it would outdo itself. Right at season 3, right at its height. It was very focused on the work. We were shooting in Atlanta, so we were under the Hollywood radar, so we weren't being too distracted. I always thought that was genius. But then it hit this viral phenomena, this sense of on the internet where it became more than the show. It was a cultural phenomenon. And everything we did was under a magnifying glass. Now, that can be a little daunting from the standpoint of, wow, I'm getting a lot of attention, to the standpoint of, shit, I'm getting a lot of attention. I maybe shouldn't have been up on that bar pouring shots like Coyote Ugly.
That would be me.
It was me, as a matter of fact, on the internet.
I love you for that.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so, and walking in with the walk of shame the next day at the convention, where even Michael Rooker was like, dude,
oh no.
yeah, you went too far. I think it is really interesting how, a couple things. For younger people that aren't focused on the mentorship, they might get a little full of themselves, that this is going to last forever.
Did you ever feel like you
I did. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be transparent. That like, this is going to last forever. You know, we are all dreamers. 3 of us sitting here and everybody watching is a dreamer. And in our dreams, we give our Oscar speeches in the shower.
Sure.
We sing along. We sing better than Lady Gaga on the radio along with her. Okay? We are dreamers, and those dreams are big dreams. And those dreams will lead us into a false sense of reality. And I think it's okay to give yourself over to your dreams, but you have to have a radar check that says this isn't real.
Hey, this is Jason, the producer of Killin' Time Experience. Obviously, the wonderful Lew Temple is on the podcast. I even went home that night after filming and revisited Angels in the Outfield. What a great movie. Revisit that one if you haven't seen it in a while. However, if you haven't got to the part in the video, we have something. We got a mask from the situation that happens in The Devil's Reject. And Lew was wonderful enough to go ahead and sign this little nice beautiful piece here. Wonder if YouTube's gonna demonetize this video because of the look. But not only do we have that, also have a skateboard signed by Felissa Rose, signed by Brett Wagner, signed by Michael Toth, the guy that created this. 2 lovely viewers will get to win one of these items for free. So if you want free things, you gotta do a couple steps, maybe 3. I don't know. I'm trying to thinking this off the top of my head. What you're gonna have to do is on this video, the Lew Temple video, you are going to have to subscribe, hit that all notifications button so you're always informed when we're posting our shenanigans, and you need to comment your favorite Lew Temple line from a movie, any one of his movies, and I will randomly select the winner. It's kind of that simple. Seems a little complicated, but also make sure you go and follow the Instagram page where you can see all the updates that we're doing. Spread the word, repost, do all the things. Got a lot of cool things coming up soon.
So Maniac Cop, Elephant Man, and now we move to the big man, Jason. What do you got for us?
All right, we're gonna get dark. We're gonna get dark for a hot second.
Oh.
Or sad, depressing, whatever.
Oh,
So,
I like this.
After my dad died when I was 17 years old, and I didn't watch like anything. Obviously, I was just like kind of just like, what the hell's going on? What is life? And I stayed at my cousin's house once upon like I think it was like 2 weeks after or something like that, like sometime in April. And we went to Blockbuster. We're like, we're just gonna, get some beers, get some pizza, go to Blockbuster, get a movie. And that movie we didn't know exactly what to get. And then he was just like, oh, there's this movie that's from England or Britain or British movie, whatever. Sorry. And it's supposed to be like really funny. So he shows me this thing and it's called Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
And I'm like, what is this? So we watch it, and that movie just like I forgot that my dad died. I forgot like everything in life. And it just like I was just so into it, and to this day, like that movie just means so much to me. I have it on all formats. I have a post like a made poster in my office and stuff. Like that movie is it was so funny. Edgar
It's
Wright's
phenomenal.
Yeah, Simon Pegg's phenomenal. Nick Frost is phenomenal. Like that movie is just everything. And obviously, I don't want to say it's a spoof on zombie movies because it's done really well, and it's just like it's love letter to zombie movies. It's a romantic movie with
It's
zombies.
everything.
It is.
It's horror. It's romance.
yeah.
It's zombie.
Comedy, yeah, it's great.
I mean, it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
And it's a great movie too. That just like the overall message is just kind of like figuring life out because the main character Sean, like he gets dumped by his girlfriend because his girlfriend's tired of his shit because he's kind of not doing anything with his life and all this stuff. So it's just really like that turnaround movie, and like that it's like in a weird way it's like a coming of age zombie rom-com.
Absolutely.
That's a good way to put it.
Great
Yeah, what a
movie.
great movie.
What
Yeah.
a great choice.
And it brought us Nick Frost. Let's be honest.
Nick
And
Frost,
it brought us
Simon
Simon
Pegg,
Pegg.
right?
Yeah, Simon Pegg.
I mean, they
Brilliant.
obviously probably would have become what they are, which is great actors, and and Tom Cruise loves Simon Pegg.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, was it Hot Fuzz? Was the second
Hot
one
Fuzz
they did
was
together?
the second one. The third one was then Edgar Wright went off and did Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Then he came back and then did The World's End with the group, the Cornetto trilogy, which is Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and The World's End. And then he did Baby Driver. Edgar Wright did Baby Driver, and then Last Night in Soho. And then I believe right now he's remaking The Running Man with Glenn Powell and a bunch of huge ensemble cast.
So we've talked a little bit about The Walking Dead. You've also been lucky enough. I don't know if lucky enough. You're a tremendous actor, and you've gotten to work with Rob Zombie and a few different movies. As a matter of fact, this is if you don't know, folks.
Face it.
This
That looks like me.
That is Lew Temple right there from the Devil's Rejects.
That is Adam Banjo, and that's my face, and that was unmercilessly taken off by Bill Moseley,
One of
playing Otis in the Devil's Rejects, and then this was unceremoniously attached to my wife's face, Kate Norby, and she was making her way for an escape and was hit by a bus.
Yes, running around in the desert with that on her face.
And she always said the worst part of that was not having the appropriate footwear.
Yeah.
It's always the little things, and the little things are you've heard the term "the devil's in the details."
Sure.
And that's where that is the truth. This is a mask that is built by Trick or Treat Studios. It's built, when this first came out, the first year after Devil's Rejects, people would show up at my door wearing this at Halloween, trick or treat. And I was like, that's so weird. So weird. Go away. It's really great. One of the interesting things, Rob Zombie, great filmmaker, great storyteller, great businessman. We're talking a little business right now. Rob actually understands his audience, probably better than most.
Yes.
I'd say that people like Damien have learned from Rob. I think Rob probably learned a lot from Gene Simmons. I think Rob has learned a lot, obviously, from Alice Cooper, has learned a lot from Ozzy Osbourne about what their brand is. In the 70s, 80s, I don't think we called it the brand. I don't know what it was called, but
they were.
But it was. It's all the same, right?
They had the showmanship and the businessship.
Mm-hmm.
They knew how to.
And if
Bring them together.
we're talking about Kiss, holy crap, do they know their audience, and are they amazing businessmen as well?
I think Rob went to
and
school
Rob-
on that.
Yeah.
So one of the interesting things is that Rob owns the life rights of this mask. So as many of these that are sold, Adam Banjo, who is a fictional character and also dead, gets 0, and Lew Temple gets less than that. And that's okay. And this is my last one. It's available for, what do you want to sell it for, Brett? It's your show.
Well, I think we should. How about we don't sell it, and how about we get you to sign it and we give it away as a gift?
Be
on
my
the
pleasure.
show?
It'd be my honor. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we got a gift on the show. We got a gift
Right
on
there,
the show.
folks. And we, Jason, who's behind the camera, our producer. So we got a great skateboard we're going to give away.
Oh, cool.
And now we have an Adam Banjo signed by Lew Temple.
Let's do it.
One last thing I
I'm
want
going to give you this.
Yes.
Are you going to sign it though?
You know, I just watched a movie last night on Apple
I
TV.
love how much you love this film.
I love this movie. It's called The Gorge.
Don't say too much because I literally have it on my
I
queue.
haven't
I'm
seen
just
it.
going to tell you, I hope I'm saying her name right, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
And,
You're a
gosh,
big fan.
what's the other?
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller.
Good old Philadelphia boy.
A love story with freaky things coming out of the gorge. That's all I'll tell you.
I'm excited
And
to watch
it
it.
is really good. And Apple TV, it could have been a regular theatrical release because you have two people who are, you know, A-listers right now that are in this movie together. It's a small cast. It's all about those two. They are so mesmerizing to watch. It's a beautiful set in, I believe, in Norway, which you're just going to love the movie. So good job, Apple TV.
Do you know who
And-
directed it?
Oh, who did direct it?
Scott Derrickson, who did Sinister, the Black Phone,
Oh, wow.
a bunch of
Look
horror
at that.
movies.
And
I'm drawing a
I
blank
should
right
have
now,
done
but,
that. I should have looked into that. Hey, but you know what? We've since we've been getting into the show, I did want to give something away. Can you hand that to me,
Ooh.
producer, so we can talk about it? We're not going to give it away right now, but you are going to tell us what these folks need to do. This right there. This is our yes.
I haven't even seen this. Okay, stop it. Stop it.
Yes.
I have to take a picture.
Yes. Michael Toth, who does a lot of my skateboards and everything I get for,
That's
and you've seen some of his work
crazy.
before. He's done some
Yes.
work for you and Dave and
That's
a lot of other people.
crazy.
Michael Toth said, I want to give you guys a skateboard that you can give away, that Killing Time experience. And so we are going to give this away in our next episode. What do these folks need to do, Jason, to be included in this giveaway?
Take it away, Jay.
Oh God. Well, we haven't confirmed exactly, but I think what the best thing will be is follow Felissa. If you follow Felissa or Brett, go follow the Killing Time Experience Instagram page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave a comment, saying like new subscriber, and then once you do, or new follower, when you're doing both, do new follower or new subscriber, and then I will go through and grab the first one that pops up. I think, right? Is that what we want to do?
I love it.
we
That's
haven't really
perfect.
talked
No,
about
that's
it.
I think so.
perfect. Yeah.
Listen, we'll be honest about it. He doesn't know any of our friends that may be watching, so Jason doesn't know who
I
are
don't,
particular
no.
people. So
Right.
Jason is going to choose,
Okay.
and that way we
pressure
don't
is
get
on.
in trouble. But I want to say thank you to Michael. Michael's an incredible artist. He's done a lot of
That is
stuff.
brilliant.
that's
He did
great.
a board for Michael Rooker. He's done stuff for everybody. And his
So
mom,
good.
Tony, is one of our biggest fans.
Hi, Tony.
Tony.
Just wanted to say hello.
Mwah.
She follows our show.
Oh, thank you. And we're sending
she
our love.
prays for us, and we appreciate that. We'll always take that. And we're going to sign this, all three of us.
I remember you because at the time, Halle Berry was a very big deal. Still is a big
She
deal.
is. She's a big
But
deal.
you were opposite Halle Berry in a movie called Kidnap.
Yeah.
That would have scared me.
All those things. One of the things at that point in time, I was really into my work. So it was important that what I perceived to be right in the movie Kidnap, that I was able to convey to the director, Luis Prieto. Now, originally it was built that it was just me against Halle, taking her kid and her chasing me. I was the shark, right, in the water. And then Halle and her producer felt like, we're going to go to that old trope, man versus woman. And let's mix it up a little bit and add a female character. And this is confusing, but it's actually my sister. A lot of people have felt like it was husband and wife, but it's weird. It's my sister. And so they brought in an actress, Chris McGinn, who's great and very plays a very formidable female. So that spun me a little bit. So I pivoted, I reassessed, and I went through the script and I realized none of this works now. So I want out. So I called my manager and I said, I want to be released from the movie. That's how crazy I was. I want not to do a Halle Berry movie because because it's not meeting my artistic integrity.
Love your artistic
And so they talked me down off that ledge, and they said, "How can we help?" And I said, "I'm going to remove all my dialogue that doesn't work, just almost all of it, in my opinion." And the writer was like, "Okay." I'm like, "Give it to the other player," because my thinking was, I wanted to kind of go into that Mike Myers place. You know how you always yell at Mike Myers and he doesn't do anything or gives you that look? And I wanted it to be that scary for Hallie. So
what are you doing?
he acquiesced, we signed off on it, and Hallie was really busy. So she didn't realize that I was really gonna go for it. She's like, "You can get rid of all your lines?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So all of a sudden we have this confrontation, and
She said,
she's like, "You're not saying it," and she just got flustered, and it was like perfect, because that's what you do.
It worked.
Take all my money, take my phone, take whatever you want, give me your kid back. So that worked really well.
away.
And then I got to wrestle her because we had to fight. But before I did, I hadn't had any lines. I barely spoke. Even the sound guy was like, "We don't really need to lob you do." I go, "Today you do. Today you do."
Gonna make no?
And so I did this improv, this beautiful speech. And I've got her in the van, and I'm kind of stalking her, and I'm doing the song "Creep" from Radiohead. But nobody really gets it, because I'm just saying it. I'm not singing it, but I'm just doing, "Whenever you're around, I wish I was special. I wish I was special, so very special." And so and everyone was like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "You can't use that because we don't have life rights to, we don't have any licensing for that, but I just wanted to get in the mood, and now let's fight." And so Halle Berry was awesome. She's really good at what she does.
Oh, and it's so nice to have coffee with Lew Temple.
Yes.
Horror Vibes Coffee Shop in North Hollywood. Check it out if you're in any of the surrounding cities by North Hollywood in California.
Yeah.
Because they are so amazing. I've been there before. I love it. The coffee is exceptional. The ambiance is beautiful. Horror Vibes Coffee Shop.
All right, folks. Hey, listen. This has been another outstanding roundtable talk.
What the hell is that? So nothing.
We are not in Puerto Rico yet.
No.
Yet. But hey, I'm the big swag. That is Felissa Rose. The man that makes it work is Jason, the producer. And this is what, Felissa?
Killing Time Experience.